Hello everyone, welcome back for another Star Trek The Official Starships Collection review. In front of me I have issue number 102, the Klingon D-5 Battlecruiser seen on Star Trek Enterprise. I'm really excited about this, I have to admit. As usual, magazine and model, so I'll put it aside for a couple of minutes while we look at this. The first thing you'll notice is the image is pretty badass. And you got some basic information down there, just like all the other magazines. It is considered D-5 in operation in the 22nd century. This thing only can go as fast as warp 6 and is only 155 meters long. Turn the page. Same outline, well, same format as all the other magazines, as well as some specs. Of course, it's operated by the Klingon fleet, Imperial fleet, and it has disruptors and photon torpedoes for weaponry. So apparently photon torpedoes have been around since, I guess, the early 22nd century. Turn the page and you have an even more badass image of the Battlecruiser there, as well as some text from the various episodes it's appeared in, and more on that, as well as screen caps and more text. Here's the diagram page showing where the things are. And interesting to note that this is a version of the D-5 that was seen, I believe, in the episode Marauders from Enterprise. It was basically a D-5 that had some deuterium storage-like containers attached on the underside of the hull there, which is kind of cool. Made it almost like a freighter. And here's a section on the design process of the D-5, which is always fun to read. Actually, this section just basically talked about their inspirations and how they came up with it, and they took some elements from the Romulan Baldor, from Nemesis, etc., etc., etc. And you turn the page, and here is a section on Klingon history. Kind of interesting and ironic that I would get this issue like now. Well, actually I got it a few days ago. And the reason for that is, with all the debate going on with Star Trek Discovery and all that kind of stuff, you know, and the way the Klingons look on the show, or at least the Klingons that they're supposed to be, who knows. But anyway, the fact that here I have this magazine which talks about the Klingons and their history, and here's a new show about to air in just a month now, that's probably going to touch on that very thing. So this was a nice, fun thing to read. I've always liked the Klingons of the Enterprise era. They were more badass, more rugged. They were, shall we say, less friendly than what we're used to. And here's more on that. And say what you will about Enterprise, but it really tried to resolve that whole Ridges thing. And that episode arc was actually pretty darn good, in my opinion. And here's more on that. Klingon Civil War from Next Generation. And finally, the on-screen appearance page. It first appeared in the episode Judgment, which I believe was Duras' ship. And the next time it was seen, I think it was on Divergence. Yes, Divergence. And it may have been seen during the Augment story arc as well. I know there were some Klingons hunting after the Archer and crew during that time, during that arc too. And so anyway, and I think that was the last time we saw the ship on the show before it was canceled. So I think that's it. And interesting to note, the captain of the bird of prey that was seen at the beginning of Borderland was none other than J.G. Hertzer himself, who fans will know as General Martok from Deep Space Nine. He also played Governor Kolos, not Governor Kolos, but Advocate Kolos, who is pretty much Captain Archer's attorney, I guess you want to call him, in the episode Judgment. So that's kind of cool. And so yeah, and next will be the Vidian, can't say it, Vidian warship seen on Voyager, and the back of the magazine concludes with a nice aerial view of the ship there. So now let's get to the battleship itself. Whew. You don't understand. Well, you may understand. I really wanted this ship. Ever since I saw the episodes of Enterprise, I was like, man, if there's one Klingon ship out of this series that I would like to get, it'd be this one. And of course now, thanks to this collection, this awesome Star Trek Starships collection by Egamos, we have almost all of them now. I don't think there are any more real Klingon ships that I think we really need. I mean, we have, from Enterprise, we have the Bird of Prey now, we have the Raptor, we have the, what else we have? We now have this, and, you know, of course, the, I forgot the name of that ship. The small one that we got not too long ago, the transport ship, etc. But anyway, so here it is. Let's get it out of here and pull the stand out. The base simply says Klingon D-5 Battlecruiser there, and the stand. So yeah, on to the model itself. This is totally, completely awesome. I love it. Look at the detail on that. Fantastic. It's got a little weight to it. Of course, the nose of the ship, the bow is metal. A lot of the components are metallic, but the majority of it is plastic, including the wings, which, no, that's metal. Including the wings, parts of the wing, and then the cells, of course, are plastic. This is just awesome. You got your disruptor cannons there, which is I always loved about the Enterprise era ships. It just looks pretty darn badass, in my opinion. You got your forward torpedo launcher there. The paint looks great. The color scheme is great. The Aztecing looks great. The detail is great. My only complaint really about the ship, about the model, is there are no identifying marks of the Klingon Empire. Now, that's not to say that every ship in the fleet has them. You never know. I mean, I'd like to think that they all have them. At least every ship from the Empire that we've gotten so far has it on there in some form or fashion, or at least some Klingon language on there. But other than that, it still looks very Klingon. It's just a badass ship. Not only is it a badass ship, but the model itself is just fantastic. So kudos, Egamos, thank you for putting out this ship. I think this completes, again, this completes the Enterprise era of Klingon ships. You know, we have the TNG, DS9 era ships already, the Vorcha class, the, you know, Katinga Battlecruiser, the D-5 from original, I'm sorry, the D-7 from original series. I mean, we have that J.J. Abrams Klingon thing. Of course, we have the Bird of Prey. We have another Bird of Prey coming with the wings down. You know, we have the Negvar, which is, here we go with that, and et cetera, et cetera. So we have a lot of Klingon ships in the collection. But this by far will go down as one of my favorites. And so yeah, if you love the Klingons, I would definitely go out and pick this up. If you love Star Trek Enterprise, pick this up. If you could care less about Enterprise or hate the Klingons, which I can't imagine why anyone would hate the Klingons, then don't bother. But this is, for all of you cherry pickers out there, this is one to go out and get. And of course, if you're a subscriber, you'll be getting it eventually if you haven't gotten it already. So yeah, that rounds up issue number 102. And of course, the D-5 slides into place like that. So there you have it, the Klingon D-5 Battlecruiser from Enterprise. And of course, next up, I will share with you the Vidian Cruiser from Star Trek Voyager. So until then, thank you guys so much for watching. Live long and prosper. Kapla.